in what we're calling the Battle of Great Britain against the Glasgow Clydesiders. I usually say Clydesiders because it's tricky.
It's a mouthful. Clydesiders.
See, you were paying very careful attention. It's tricky, though. I'm Stephen Stamp with Jane Lee. Very pleased to be here with you for this game. Glasgow has their first possession, and they will try to move on. Pass across doesn't quite connect with Cam Simpson. Is a huge addition to this club. Here's a chance and ripped by Leighton Gibson, but that is stopped by the goaltender Ryan Atkinson, a Saskatchewan native who played for Canada Development at the E-Box last week. And I'm not 100% sure whether London had lined him up first to come and play here, so he thought, yeah, I'd love to go with the Canada Development team for the E-Box as well, or if he was playing for Canada Development and then wound up here. There's some debate. There's a shot from Ben Page-Laycock. That is absorbed by Connor White. We'll get out of play and let Page-Laycock will take it back. Glasgow's goaltender is Pat Mallow. Not allowed to wear his kilt during games. He does wear it during warm-up, and he will grab that ball out of the air. Glasgow goes back the other way. Chris Foran watched by Harris. Nice job. She just casually roll it ahead and gets it into Adam Vejvoda, a Czech native right here. I think he's right in Radotín, actually. Steven Toporowski just misses on the far side, thwarted by his fellow Saskatchewanite. Toporowski has for years been one of the most dynamic players in the Aleš Hřebeský Memorial. Oh, great idea. Tried to feed it through to Tommy Costanza.
Textbook move there.
Yep. The two-man game working to almost perfection. Now Toporowski with some forecheck pressure. That's close to 10 seconds. And you see the referee nodding. His hand was literally going for the last of the 10 seconds as London got across. So I will say England now and then. You can see all the England helmets. Those are guys on the national team. And most of the other players on this London Knights club, I think, would like to be on that national team.
Yeah, I mean, quite a lot of them are active players. In England, at least, and a lot of them who had their first caps at E-Box, actually. So just getting more and more experience and hoping to...
I was having a chat with some of the England folks about their caps. Elliot Pugh was organizing a lot of it, and they were speaking of, oh, here's a breakout. Let's look at Aleš. I thought Aleš was a scratch. Oh, no, it's Austin Holgate's a scratch, sorry, who got injured. Aleš gets the ball now. Checked immediately, but slips through it, and then the slide help comes. Great job by Zach Milne, one of the Milne brothers who are here. Didn't you have some homework delegated to you to find out about the twins? No? It might have been somebody else. I've been delegating homework to my color commentators, but...
Look, I've never been good with homework, so if you gave it to me, I'm going to pretend that you didn't.
Okay. So. I just realized the Gibson brothers, Marshall, number 48 for Scotland, and Leighton, number 43, are twins. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the person who told me that, I asked them to go and find out who's older. I have not heard back. Here's Vin Curran. Oh, just misses. Vin Curran, who has been here several times with the Boston Mega Men, just missing on that shot. And Curran, we were giving him a hard time calling him field bucket the other day, but it was very much because he is donating all of his gear that he has brought over. He decided to donate everything he brought over, his pads, his helmet, everything. So he brought things he didn't mind parting with, didn't want to give up his box helmet. We have the first penalty of the game. It's too many men, illegal substitution, and it will be on Glasgow Clydesiders. So London gets the first power play.
5 minutes and no goal here.
The Knights led in scoring by Elliot Leonard with 5 goals. I don't know if the shootout goals count in that total or not.
I'm not sure either.
But he did. He and Matt Marsh both scored in the shootout that got the London Knights here. Putting it away. They're going to see if they can be first on the board in this game. Obviously the underdogs among the 8 quarterfinalists, London as the only team to come out of the silver group. But they have been playing very well, and they are looking growingly confident in themselves. This is, again, a large number of these guys played on the England team that won the European Championship last year in Hanover, Germany. Cam Simpson, so hard to get the ball away from. And he will often score from a situation like that. In that case, he set up Stephen Toporowski. Topper just missed the pass. 10 seconds left on the Glasgow penalty. And it's going to be about 3 or less by the time play gets going again. Albert Whitehead will pick this one up, one of the alternate captains for England. Nice pass out to Curran. Whitehead having a chat with the official.
He's been reffing quite a lot of these games out here.
He has.
So I think he's definitely got something to say.
You're an outspoken couple.
Oh.
That ball bounces out to Leonard. So he kind of hesitated. I thought he had a chance before Chris Sokolowski got there, but then Sokolowski was able to affect the shot because he probably waited just a touch too long. Sokolowski will leave it there for Leighton Gibson. So, yep, Leighton. There's Marshall Gibson. A couple of Calgary natives. Oh, what a beautiful backdoor play. The quick stick in midair, sidearm by Marshall Gibson, converting a lovely pass. That's just exquisite.
Great feed.
Is that Adam Vejvoda that made the pass? Or is it Peter G? Might have been Peter G. It's a gorgeous play either way. Just going to listen. Yeah, it was Peter G. Full name Peter George, but he goes by Peter G. He's a co-founder along with Brian Whitmer of the Clydesiders of the Good Stick Company. Here's Curran. Truck stick shoots. He's stopped. Oh, we're going to have the warding off call. I don't know about that. Look like his shoulder to me.
You giving the refs the benefit of the doubt again here?
Sure. The thing, I mean, he's right there, right in position. I think the tricky thing with the shoulder, even when you throw a shoulder check or any kind of contact, the arm will tend to follow, and the elbow will come up after, which can be very confusing. I still remember a play, we'll get to it in a sec, in the 2017 Euros in Turku, Finland. Dalton Lundy, playing for Israel in the championship against Czech Republic, was given a major for elbowing. And I was like, wow, that's a bad penalty to take. Look at that. You see the elbow comes up. He just nailed him. And then they show the replay, and it was a perfectly clean hit. It was arm against the side, boom. Arm to the arm and shoulder to the chest, and then the elbow just followed. And he got a major.
That's unlucky, isn't it? And
live, yeah. And live, I thought absolutely it was the right call, but it 100% was not. So hard to be too hard on it, take too much on anyone who can't pick it up quite at full speed. Nonetheless, it's 1-0 still for the Clydesiders on that beautiful Peter G. to Marshall Gibson goal. They get across center, Robert York with the ball, leaving it for Simpson. They've got 20 on the shot clock, and Gibson has the ball once again. Peter G. was trying to slip into the back door. Wasn't quite there. Penalty coming now. I think it's going to be against Will Alsop. As you can see, Cameron Simpson adjusting his helmet.
Yeah, as well. Don't know if you heard, but Glasgow was shouting across the bench, keep it simple to the offense. So
interesting. I wonder if that's a reaction to the turf being slippery, or...
I think they had a couple of missed passes. I think that first backdoor goal worked, and there were quite a lot of long passes that weren't quite on, so maybe they just want to bring that back.
Ooh, almost a reverse whip attempt by Leighton Gibson, who's parked on top of the crease. They get it to him, and he tries another one. That's a pretty good effort, but just got away from him. And that may have been effective. Again, you've talked about the dampness. It's not raining now, but it is still a little slick out there, and the balls will get a bit damp. Ollie Alsop goes to the turf. Sorry, Louis Alhage. Alhage. You told me yesterday it was Alhage.
I checked, and he said it's actually a little bit Czech.
You led me astray, Jane.
I know.
My confidence
just keeping you on your toes.
But now you've caught me up, so I'm okay. Alhage.
Yeah, you pronounce the H.
Isn't that what I said the first time?
Yeah. Well, he's Canadian, but the name is apparently not Canadian. So
I was right from the start.
You've been correct. I mean, I don't know why I don't trust you on names. You know them way better than I do.
It's honestly hard to get them all at this tournament because there's so many teams, so many players, and normally before a game, I mean, just if there's one game, I'm going down checking any name I'm not sure of, but I mean, we had 14 minutes between and had some things to do, get ready. You just don't always have the opportunity. Look at the slide. That was Cayman Diabo.
It's like he meant to do that.
Flip passes too zesty for Peter G. He's going to try and keep this contained, but it's a chance for Hallam. Why was play blown down? So Peter G is getting a penalty. I think Tom Hallam's a little upset in the English team that the play wasn't just blown in because there was no need to call the over and back there, as he felt he had a breakaway. Now, is this a penalty shot? That's the big question.
All four of those players at that end just kind of stopped, didn't they, for a second?
What? Now they're going from both sides? I didn't see what Hallam's getting the call for. It was a dead ball contact on Peter G. Maybe the same on Hallam. I didn't really see it.
Me neither.
Maybe we just missed it. Okay.
It's a good take too, just off the post.
Yeah. So we stay at 5-on-5. Here's a chance for Diabo. Oh, nice pass. Looked like a good scoring chance. Threw it over, and I think he may have surprised Leighton Gibson. There's another chance. Atkinson gets it. England had all 5 defenders well down underneath the restraining line, so no chance for transition, but Will Alsop will get up into the offensive zone. England still changing as Alsop heads off. Yep. The last man coming will be Dave Groves, one of their top scorers with a few this tournament. There's bench Paige Laycock. It bounces free. Oh, the trail check. Nice work to get Zach Milne separated from the ball. Great effort from Dave Groves. And London comes back with Will Walker in possession. Just 2 minutes to go in the half. We've seen some high-scoring games in this tournament, but quite a few like this where teams are just having trouble beating the defenses. Brian Whitmer comes out on Kai Jeffries. Pretty nice pick there from Rob Harris, but it gets away from him on the pass. Paige Laycock over to Will Walker. Pick off by Whitmer. He's going to have Cam Simpson trailing. The rest of the Clydesiders went to the bench, so he's just going to slow things down. Gets flattened by Harris as he makes the pass. Simpson pulls it down, trying to get through Ming Trin. Oh, the pass doesn't connect. Who gets it? Toporowski does. 12 to shoot. Hard rip. Nice save. Atkinson. One-hander. Simpson. It's good. That's a great play on the top of the crease. Simpson.
Yep.
Being tied up by the defender pretty effectively and still gets one hand free for that shovel underhand.
Rapid reactions there. I think Ryan was just trying to get up a little bit before he clamped that down. He didn't know what the ball was. That was what it was.
That's you just, as a defender, you've just got to pick up Simpson. But look at the job he does to get position and just use the left hand. A little push to get open, but definitely I wouldn't say it's a ward. No. I mean, it's just a battle before you've got. I don't know if you can't get called for warding before you have the ball, can you? I'm not actually sure about that.
Don't think I'm the person to ask there.
Sure.
Soon I'll know the answer to that question.
Cayman Diabo ducks underneath. That one gets away. So 2-0. That goal feels like a big difference. Gets away from Diabo. It's going to be scooped there by Jude Crummenhoek. I guess it's Crummenhoek. Oh, it's stopped by Diabo. Did it get up out of play? It did. It just touched the mesh. And Crummenhoek, that is gutsy. He just had his pass picked off or tipped away, and he goes with the exact same pass over to Vin Curran. He got it through this time. 5 seconds left. Paige Laycock, he's got a chance. No good. And they're going over to have a chat with him. Chris Foran, a restrained response. There was no push. He just went into the goalie on his own. And Pat Mallow doesn't like it. He hates when guys come into his crease. Oh, actually, it was Czech. Never mind. You see it coming from the other side. Robert York with the cross check. And I guess that's why the response was muted. It is 2-0 Glasgow Clydesiders over the London Knights. Tremendous game so far. And we saw, I'm just going to go over how these teams got here. The Clydesiders won their group. It was tense as they won 4-2 over the German Shepherds or they lost 4-2, to the German Shepherds. Then they beat Tel Aviv 6-1. So for Glasgow, their situation was, how did it go? If the German Shepherds won, they were first. Glasgow was second. Tel Aviv was third. If Tel Aviv won by 7 or more, Tel Aviv became first. Glasgow slipped, I guess, to second and Germany out. But the way it worked, or maybe it was the Clydesiders went second. But as it worked out with the 7-3 win for Tel Aviv over the German Shepherds, Tel Aviv wound up coming first. That dropped Glasgow stayed first. Tel Aviv got second.
They didn't get 7.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a difference between 4 or 7 goal difference.
If Tel Aviv
in that
had won
game.
by 7, they would have gone to first. So Glasgow got first in their group, and that brings them straight to this quarterfinal against the London Knights. The Knights, on the other hand, they did win their group with a pair of pretty solid wins: 7-3 over Jagged Mountain, then 9-3 over the Six Nations River Rats in a game that was close for quite a while. Then they really pulled away, got the transition game going, and then what a battle with Bratislava Bats. 3-all through 30 minutes, and then
Great
the shootout,
game.
Jane.
Great game. I don't like games that end out in a shootout, but, it's a real thriller.
I don't mind it here because I just recognize the necessity.
Yeah.
You don't have time with the way the schedule is. You've got to keep rolling. There's so many games, so you can't have an overtime that could take who knows how long. So you just go to the shootout, and England didn't even need the 3 each per team as the Bats missed on both of theirs, and Matt Marsh and Elliot Leonard. Wait, Leonard Elliott?
Elliot Leonard.
Yes, sorry.
Could go either way.
The 2 first names, things messed me up, but they both scored, and you were pointing out exact same spot.
Yep, they went for the same spot, and it was easy. And also, I don't like shootouts just because I missed one. So.
You did, I saw that. You didn't.
Yeah.
You weren't very happy.
No, I wasn't
But you
happy.
still won that game, right?
We did, thank goodness.
Penalty coming to Ming Trin in the first 30 seconds of the second half. And not how England would hope to get things going. They'll have Vin Curran and Will Alsop at the top of the penalty kill. Down low, they will have Albert Whitehead and the captain Tom Roach. So a veteran presence on the penalty kill. Glasgow goes strong left with Leighton Gibson at the top to his brother Marshall. Doesn't see anything else available, so Thomas Moffat takes that one. It's in! Leighton Gibson joins his brother, his twin, in having scored goals, and it's 3-0. That feels like a big one. That 2-goal difference versus 3 it's a big step.
Yeah, and they're just quick releases. Vision's great. Really capitalizing on these. But still got 13 minutes left.
Lots of time for London to come back. And we did see, again, they were down to Bratislava. I believe it was 3-0.
I think it was 3-0 too.
Yeah, it was 3-0 when Bratislava scored 36 seconds into the second half. Wow, that's actually eerily similar. Look at that, Jane. It was 2-0 at the half to Bratislava. Then 36 seconds into the second half, Bratislava scored. There's a stop by Atkinson to keep them at that spot. And we will see.
So we can have a replay.
We could see the exact same thing. Toporowski taking his time, waiting. They're still waiting to get their 5th player. Now they have everybody. Nope, they're actually making one more change. Whitmer heads to the bench. That shot's wide. It's going to be an over and back. Whitehead in chase. Whitmer decided not to go to the bench. He'll pick that up, and that's over and back.
Yeah.
Why?
That's why he didn't go for the ball.
Yeah. I don't understand why that's not being called. Atkinson makes the stop. Toporowski trying to pull the ball out, wasn't able to. And here comes Whitehead now. And that was really strange because Whitmer went back, was at the bench, and ran back precisely so that Albert Whitehead couldn't get a breakaway by just picking that one up.
Exactly, and Albie didn't go for the ball thinking that.
Yes. Nice pass. Here's Gibson off the bench. Big save. Atkinson. Good play by Whitmer to get it ahead to Leighton Gibson. He dropped the head of the stick for the underhand. Now here comes Vin Curran. Just an athletic marvel, Vin Curran is. He hands it off to Kai Jeffries. Here's Ollie Alsop. Will Walker. Robert York just puts his shoulder down, does it again to get through Paige Laycock and then Alsop, and then sets up the pass. Leighton Gibson scores. They say no, stepped in the crease. Well, let's see that again.
Yeah. Makeup cool.
Here we go. I don't know.
Really slow motion.
The right toe. Perfect call. The right toe was on the crease line. I think it was the right call. That actually was very close to crease as well.
I thought that was well in the crease, but
Rob Harris looked like the left foot was well in there. But. All right, here we go. 11 minutes, just under 11 to play. It's 3-0 Glasgow Clydesiders. And when exactly did the London Knights get going in that game against Bratislava? It was 7:41 into the second. So they still have a couple minutes before they would even need to score to match that. Although, obviously, you don't want to go by that script and make it go down that late because they picked up their final goal there in the final minute. I'm sure they'd prefer to go. Here's Whitehead. He's got the man ahead. Great pass. Beautiful finish. What a play. Whitehead to Will Walker. The W's connect, and it's 3-1. London is on the board.
So this is what they're good at, the speed and getting it up the field from transition. They have a very, very experienced transition players. So they need to make more use of that and take advantage of those situations, I think. So here comes the comeback. Again, a replay from yesterday, perhaps.
Could be. Now, this is where what happens next. Bratislava really seemed to struggle a bit once London put the pressure on, and the Knights really started to turn the screws and just feel like they were controlling a lot of the play. I don't know that Glasgow is going to fall prey to that. Here's Chris Sokolowski with some forecheck pressure. Ming Trin, big hit from Toporowski. Great play, though, to get it ahead to Alhage to avoid the 10-second count. It's a tremendous play by Trin. Ollie Alsop, 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Toporowski on him. That shot's well off the mark from Matt Marsh, and Toporowski will pick it up. And Toporowski, who usually has played a lot of offense for the Clydesiders over the years, but he's so effective in defense transition because he's deadly with his stick skills when he gets some space. He's also a very good defender, just a smart lacrosse player. That shot a little off mark from Tommy Costanza. Forecheck from Toporowski. Great job by Curran. Oh, nice pass. Here's a chance. Just stopped. Dave Groves can't quite find his spot. Paddy Mallow. He's made a lot of big saves over the years for the Clydesiders. That's going to be a penalty to Glasgow. Check from behind.
Dave Groves with just really quick hands. He's also a really speedy player, really experienced. Didn't see a huge amount of him yesterday.
Yeah. Here's the check. Yeah. Yeah. I think they may have said illegal cross, or check from behind, but illegal cross check. Definitely up on the shoulder immediately and up to the side of the head. So that'll be a minute. Opportunity here for London to keep the comeback rolling. Ben Page Laycock. He'll get it back at the top. Ollie Alsop. Around the screen, stopped by Mallow. It's there. He grabs it back. Harris was just starting to reach for that rebound. Here with speed is Kobe Lahash. Can't quite get it to Marshall Gibson, but Lahash picks up the ball off his own missed pass, and here's Cayman Diabo. Oh, that bouncer got a little much.
Wet field, perhaps?
Yeah, I was going to say, it looked like he was actually putting a little extra on it because the field's a bit soggy. And because won't that deaden it a bit? What do you think? You've been playing?
Yeah, but now you're asking me a physics question.
Yes. Well, you're a smart woman. Ollie Alsop, they've got 6 seconds left on this power play. He'll shoot. That one's blocked by Foran. Grabbed by Paige Laycock. Don't shoot right now. They do, and that's going to be trouble. Oh, they get a break as it wasn't picked up cleanly by Thomas Moffat. But there's still a great chance for Leighton Gibson.
Again from that same spot.
Yeah, that's just situational awareness. You can't shoot that ball because if it ricochets out like that, boy, if Moffitt had picked that up cleanly, it was almost a sure goal.
Yeah.
Well, it's certainly a breakaway.
Long bench too, so that's difficult.
Yeah. Whitmer knocked down as he grabbed that ball. Penalty coming. It's going to be on Rob Harris. Malone has gone to the bench. That's going to be touched, not controlled though. Oh, that shouldn't have been blown down. Is there another one coming? So unless there's a second penalty, I don't know that play should have been blown down. Illegal cross-check called on Rob Harris.
That's it.
And that's a tough one. 6:15 to go. 3-1 game. Clydesiders. Oh, yeah, I thought it was pretty clear. I mean, you could have called check from behind. The Clydesiders, who've really spread the scoring around. Moffitt and Leighton Gibson, the only ones coming in with 2 goals coming into this game. They didn't score a ton in their round robin matches. There's Moffitt. Oh, nice save, Atkinson. Kicking that foot out to Rob Leighton Gibson. Boy, the Gibsons have really been critical to this Glasgow offense, and now they exchange the ball. Marshall leaving for Leighton, who comes quickly across to Simpson. Up to Leighton Gibson. A couple of fakes to Marshall. Back to his brother. Simpson rips. Atkinson swallows it up. He'll hand it off there to Albert Whitehead. Whitehead steps out of the crease. 5:17. 10 left for London to kill. Harris is released. He'll join the offense. They have to account for him. He's got it. Lahash on him, but he just missed the far side. That's over and back. It'll be Glasgow ball. Very tense game. Never let somebody tell you defensive battles are not exciting. So it's 3-1, and this has been riveting. There's a chance. What a finish. Spun after the shot. That was Tommy Costanza, and he is looking shaken up as he rammed into the crossbar.
Nice of Ryan to pick up his stick for him. I think that is the same move we saw on the other side in the first half, so Knights really have to make sure that they're covering these roles, and yeah, it's the same spot as well.
Yeah.
Just the other side of the field.
Yeah. Costanza is okay. And to be fair, watching the replay, I mean, there's definitely contact. Tom Bracegirdle ran into him. It looked to me like Bracegirdle was actually trying to hold him up.
He's a big guy.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a collision. He did run into him, but there was no extension of the arms. There was no cross-check. There was no stick. It was just, it looked like he was just kind of grabbing him and spun him, which may have turned out to hurt more than it helped. Oh, they are going roughing.
3 minutes. Say 3 minutes?
Oh,
just as
yeah.
long.
So there is a minute up on Bracegirdle. So he did get the initial call, but they said 1 minute. It can't be 3 minutes. Well, that's pretty crushing for England, and you know, I guess they're saying Bracegirdle. He definitely grabbed him and spun him around.
Right.
So you can't really argue with the call. Whitmer battling for the face-off with Will Alsop. It's going to be Toporowski getting possession. He'll scoop it up. Sokolowski looking for the pass. It's not there, so he'll just head to the bench and get the forwards out. Glasgow goes to the power play. It's 4-1. Less than 4 minutes to go. Definitely looking like things are going Glasgow's way. Moffitt's shot turned aside, but he gets it back. Yes, he does. Fresh 30. The Clydesiders, who started as a party team basically in 2013, they came 17th, 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 and 14th. So not really competitive. They started to change the culture a bit. They still like to have fun, but they came second in 2017. 2018, they were 10th, kind of below what they were expecting. In 2019, oh, what a finish. Cam Simpson, power play goal makes it 5-1. And it looks like the Clydesiders will be heading to the Final Four once again. After that 10th place in 2018, they won the tournament in 2019 on a thrilling Nick Tintle breakaway goal late in the game, a 1-goal win over Tel Aviv, Gold Star Tel Aviv. And then last year, second place, as they were beaten fairly thoroughly by LC Custodes in the championship. They are on the verge of booking themselves a spot in the semifinals, and awaiting them will be the winner of what's coming up, our fourth and final quarterfinal game at 5:40 Central European Time. That'll be Custodes and the Green Gales from Clarington. That is going to be a great game. Saved by Malo. Toporowski takes it. Clydesiders can be very patient now. And regardless, I mean, 5-1, not looking sunny prospects for this London Knights side, but they have to be pleased to be in the quarterfinals and to be looking so competitive with a lot of the teams they face in Europe on regular competition. I mean, I know they're defending European champions. They expect to be competitive, but I think they're feeling like they can compete with anybody at any time.
Look, a lot of these players are going for the roster spots next year for the World Championships. You know that Walt Christensen, their head coach, is watching. Probably fishing at the same time. I'm sure he's got his screen next to him whilst he's fishing. Yeah,
we're saying he probably has his depth finder monitor for the fish on one side and the laptop or the iPad, the tablet on the other side.
That's the thing. So these players are playing for something even at this spot, not just for AHM, but for their future careers as well. So,
diving attempt by Kai Jeffries is stopped. We'll have a timeout for the Clydesiders as Pat Malo, a little shaken up, I think. And, I mean, I've had several conversations with Walt Christensen about this over the years. He's put a lot of effort in. It started, I remember, they're going to change their goaltenders and put Dylan Kalman, one of the organizers of the team, in for Glasgow. But, I mean, he was saying even then, the idea was get native British players.
Yes.
They were importing a lot of Canadians at that point to get the program going. They've brought in so many native English players. There are a few Canadians here, not many, but I mean, Ryan Atkinson is an import for now.
I mean, Vin is Canadian, but he also did have, his university, part of his university career.
Who's
in
that?
The UK, Vin.
Vin Curran?
Yep.
Vin's American, actually.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, American.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Louis Allhage is Canadian, but again, living in the UK. Yeah. So these guys who are living there are legit UK citizens. And even at the Euros last year, there were maybe half a dozen, like about 4 really key Canadians, right?
Yeah.
You had Cam McLeod, the goaltender.
Yes.
You had Lyndon Bunio, the lefty forward, who was dynamite.
I think he's an English passport holder, though. I think he's
I think he's on route to becoming an English passport holder.
Right.
Here's a chance for England. Elliott, Leonard just misses, but you had Geordie Jones-Smith, terrific defender, who I know is really taking a role in building the English program, and Tyson Rowe from Vancouver, who was the player of the tournament.
Who's taller, you or Tyson?
Tyson's an inch taller than I am. He's 6'10". He's a big dude. Tom Bracegirdle with a chance.
Team. Yeah, roommates with Vin, I believe, at university.
There's a bouncer. I find it weird talking to Tyson because in my life, since I've been fully grown, I've met about 7 people that were taller than me.
Oh, and he's one.
He's one of them.
In the same lacrosse community, that's great.
There you go. Nice finish by Ben Page Laycock to close the gap a little. Too little too late, obviously, with just 4.87 seconds left, but better to get that one than not. You don't want an opposing goalie to be able to say he didn't give up any goals, and Dylan Kalman had not until that point. I know he only played 3 minutes, but still. That's a pretty nice twister. He had me convinced he was going far side and pulled it back near pipe.
3 seconds.
One last shot. No, don't get away from being trimmed. Time runs out. The final score 5-2 in favor of the Glasgow Clydesiders. So they do go to semifinal number 2. The first semifinal, Turku Titans and Nova Scotia Privateers, will be at 8:10. The second semifinal will be the Glasgow Clydesiders against the winner of our next game, which is actually, that's over at Chernobyl, the other group. So our next game here, LC Custodes, the local team against the Clarington Green Gales, to start in 15 minutes. The winner faces Glasgow in the other semifinals to wrap things up tonight. Thanks so much for being with us, lacrosse friends. Come on back and see those semifinal games in a while, in about 14 and a half minutes. I'm Stephen Stamp with Jane Lee. Thanks so much for coming and joining us again.
Thanks for having me again.
It's getting fun. We're getting good chemistry. I like having you here.
I believe so. Thanks very much.
We will be doing some more. Thanks, lacrosse friends. We'll see you soon.